Hello everyone, today we're here on Mitra version 1.0.0 and we're here to test a couple of things. The first thing that we'll be testing is to see if the wake word can have an impact after Richi or Mitra has woken up. So as you may already know, the way that this works is when it's waiting for the wake word, we have small whisper running idly. It doesn't take up too much processing power. But once it does hear that wake up word, it will go on to VAD where it'll split up whatever it hears into maybe words, sentences, like wherever the utterances can be split. And then after that, large whisper is going to come in and give us a better transcription of what we've said. Now, we want to know if saying Mitra during the conversation, after it's been woken up, can barge in on whatever large whisper is working on. If small whisper can come in, kind of disrupt what is happening to say. So that is the first thing we'll be testing, if the wake word can have an impact after being awake. The next few things we'll be testing are actions, and what we're going to be looking for is while we're conversing, can we make Mitra nod, which is just something you can do if it wants to say yes. Can we make it end the conversation? Can we make it say that it doesn't know what you said? Can we make it use its camera? And can we also, what was the last one? Can we see if it can do dances or things like that? So we're just going to be testing those as well. And the last thing, just a little not super important thing that I would like to test is using a lower voice. Is this still able to understand what I'm saying? So like if I'm using very low frequency when I'm speaking. So now we've pulled up all three terminals that we need. Right here in the second one we have Olama, and you can see up here as well. In the first terminal we are going to get Richi to wake up. And then, okay. And in this third terminal we're going to run main.py. And right here it says warming up TTS. This is going to be the voice of Mitra. It is going to take the text that is generated by the LLM and turn it into an audio output. Okay, so now that Richi is asleep, it's waiting for the wake word. And I'm going to try it first in a low frequency. Hey Mitra. Hey Mitra. Okay, so we noticed that it does have a little trouble doing that, so I'll just stick to a higher frequency for now. Hey Mitra. Hey Mitra. There we go.
Namaste.
Oh,
Namaste.
Which voices? Kathamasti Bhavan. Okay, so I did notice that it tilted its head before I could speak. Maybe it heard what I was saying in English. That could be a problem. There we go. We've asserted that it can nod. And there's tool number 2, which is speak Sanskrit, which is going to happen every time. Mitra, aham katham bhavati swastha asmi. So it is trying to say I'm doing well. Could do better, but it is comprehensible, it's understandable.
Mitra aham katham bhavati swastha asmi.
Let's switch voices. Bhavati swastha asti iti janami idanim, parantu kim kurvati asti.
Bhavati swastha asmi.
I think you're stuck. Oh, it's waiting, it's waiting. उत्तमं परन्तु भवती किं कुर्वती अस्ति? Okay, and it heard what I said. I did switch the gender that I was speaking in. I want to see if that is going to change its response. So it is waiting, it's going to speak now that it's antenna our part. It is about to say the same exact thing again.
भवति स्वस्थः अस्मि
भवान् स्वस्थः अस्ति इति जानामि परन्तु किं कुर्वन् अस्ति. Okay, and let's see if this can trigger Mitra's camera. So it is about to say the same thing once more. And I think at this point, it is probably safe to assume that it is going to say the same thing again and again and again. It has been saying the same thing no matter what I prompted. It might as well just be a robot that says, Mitra aham katham bhavati swasthaha asmi.
Mitra aham katham bhavati swastah asmi.
It also has been switching voices. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to exit what we've been doing and essentially start over again. So yeah, let's start over the process. We're going to be waking up Mitra first. Then we'll run the Python file. And once again, TTS is being warmed up. Okay, and it is waiting for the wake word. Hey Mitra.
Namaste.
Mitra, bhavatyaha nrityam drashtumichhami. And I've basically said, I want to see you dance. And okay, we do know it is able to use the capture image tool. I'm not sure why it used it now though. And after this happens, I'm going to try speaking in a different language to see if it can correctly tell me that it doesn't know what I said. Okay, so we once again have some kind of error that's happening. This has happened already before multiple times, where it says the data you've provided appears to be binary encoded or corrupted text. And after this happens, it is probably just not going to respond to us at all. If not, it might repeat the same thing again. But let's see how Mitra responds to this. Reply failed validation. It was too long. Retrying.
Mitra bhavataha katamasti aham kushali asmi.
अस्तु परन्तु भवत्याः नृत्यं द्रष्टुम् इच्छामि. So once again I asked, like, I want to see you dance. And what's interesting here is it has kind of said the same thing again. It isn't completely correct, but it is just once again doing what it do at the start of the conversation. And it has used capture image again for the same question, which is an interesting pattern. we have a different kind of error. The string you provided appears to be okay. It is the same error written in a different way, it seems. Okay. This may not be a pattern, but if every time it uses capture image, it results in an invalid response, then that could be a concerning pattern. But that's okay, we're still in the first version. Okay, so it has been stuck for a good amount of minutes now. I don't know if this clock has been visible to you, but maybe someone can figure out how long it's been. But we'll just Control-C out of this operation. We'll try one more thing. So right now we've asked it to dance. I think we can consider that a failed case for now, especially since I already asked Claude, and Claude said it shouldn't be able to. There's not a definitive answer, but we can say that for now. We've also discovered that what is that? That it can nod and that it can capture an image. And previously we also tested and it was able to recognize like, hey, I don't understand what you've said. We're going to test that again right now. I'll be speaking in a different language. And again, we tested that low voice thing. It isn't really able to understand when you're speaking in a low voice. It's not really a big deal, to be honest. Okay, so we'll be running this as a debug. Again, it's warming up the TTS. And once again, it is waiting for the wake word. I will say it, and then we'll continue with our test. I'll speak in a different language. Oh, it's hearing what I'm saying right now because of debug. Okay, that's pretty funny. It's doing a pretty good job too. Okay. Hey Mitra. That's Korean. Good talk. Hey Mitra.
Namaste. Namaste.
ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ನಿನಗೆ. So it's using another tool, capture image. If this continues like previous times, it will result in some kind of error. But we'll stick with it and see what happens. Yes, we have run into pretty much the same error. Let's not wait for it to do everything. It's going to be a drag. And yeah, there we go. Okay, we've stopped main.py. Let's put Richie to sleep. And now we can try to draw some conclusions. So it was kind of indecisive. We don't know if it can tell us whether it has not understood what we've said. Of course, off camera we tested this, it did say so. But for some reason it didn't do as great of a job this time. Another concerning pattern is every time it used the capture image tool, which happened when it didn't seem to need to, it always resulted in a crash. Now, of course, 3 runs is not enough to make a conclusion here, but that is a pattern that we can draw from this test. And then the other actions that we realized, a good amount of them are successful. And of course, the low voice thing, don't speak in a super low voice with Mitra. I don't think that's an avoidable problem, and it's not a big problem either at all. Okay, and that concludes our test with version 1.0.0 of Mitra. Thank you for listening to this.